I'm leaving my hotel. I'm heading into Hollywood because I want to see what's happening with the Hollywood Center Hotel, even though I know it's gone. But highly recommend, again, if I haven't mentioned it before, the El Royale. I don't get deals from them or anything like that for mentioning them. This is literally a place I stay in all the time because it's clean, it's reasonable, and the people are really nice. So those are the Sheraton Universal up on the left, that tall building, and the next one's the Hilton. The Universal is where the Sheraton top floor is where Telly Savalas lived and where he died. He was a popular tenant. And he died up there. I think Jennifer Aniston, well, we know that Jennifer Aniston is his goddaughter. Nicolette Sheridan was married to one of his sons. So we're going through an area known as the Cahuenga Pass. And you might remember a while back I did a video, a matchbook video, about the Monkey Island, which was the tourist attraction that featured over 500 live monkeys. This is in the 30s. And it was like, they even had a hospital on the property. It was before the 101 was built, which is that freeway we're running alongside of right now. And this guy brought 500 monkeys over from Africa, and they had little villages set up and stuff, and these things were just let go in there, and there's great footage of it. But I did do that in one of my matchbook videos. The Cahuenga Pass takes us from the San Fernando Valley to Hollywood. So this is the flat way to get around the mountain. Mulholland Drive would be the long way to get around it, and this is the easier way, the flat way. And we'll be passing the Hollywood Bowl. Gosh, one of these really cool mid-century buildings up here was the home of Hanna-Barbera for many years. The Flintstones and Top Cat and McGilla Gorilla and all those great cartoons. The Hanna-Barbera building on the left was the headquarters of Hanna-Barbera animators. The Jetsons, Top Cat, Scooby-Doo, Snagglepuss, Yogi Bear, and the Flintstones, and the Banana Splits. It was the home of Hanna-Barbera from 1960 until 1998, and it's still there. And this park on the left was Monkey Island. Again, we're alongside a freeway right now, so the freeway was not there yet. So it gave that attraction a lot more traction. I am going to meet today a new friend that I have not met yet called Kathleen, who has a Instagram page called Before the 101. And it's an amazing, because this freeway on our left, the 101 freeway cut through an entire neighborhood, Whitley Heights, filled with celebrities. And I mean, old timers. Oh, Crest. This is that street that Jerry Marin lived on, the Munchkin, forever. His whole house was like designed for little people, you know, low counters and low switches and stuff. Nice guy. My friend Steve Cox took me over there. Anyway, the 101 freeway cut through this neighborhood, and I've addressed that before because you can still see the foundation from Valentino's house off of the Hollywood freeway, the 101. So Kathleen has this Instagram page called Before the 101, and it features this neighborhood. Oh, and this is that bridge right in front of us. That bridge is the one from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the end of the movie where Kevin McCarthy is running and, you know, they're here, they're coming for you.
Help! 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 Wait! Help! 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 Wait! 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 Stop! the street.
Danger!
Go on, get out of here.
Nothing. You're endangered. Please.
Get out of here. Go on, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Also, I saw a porn film once. It was filmed on there, just above the freeway. As you do. They're coming for you. Kevin McCarthy, who was actually in the car behind Montgomery Clift when he was leaving Elizabeth Taylor's house and slammed into that telephone pole, that electric line. I got to talk to Kevin McCarthy about that, and unfortunately the audio I have from that was absolutely horrific and I couldn't use it. But I did talk to him, and he did tell me that Montgomery Clift was completely sober. That's what he told me. Was it that one? And also coming up on our right, you will see briefly the Hollywood Bowl. There's the Hollywood Bowl entrance. The Beatles played here in '64, most famously. And on the left is the Hollywood Heritage Museum. The original barn that was at the corner of Vine and Selma, where DeMille made their first full-length movie, The Squaw Man. The barn is celebrating 40 years of being moved to this corner. But way across the road on the left is the barn. And what I just saw there, Troy and I went to see Kent McCord from Adam 12 do a thing. Can you please tell the story about Martin Milner's End of Watch that they broadcast?
Yes.
Would you please tell the story?
Well, there is no story to it. It was one of the honors that the Los Angeles Police Department granted Marty, and it really exhibited the high esteem that they held him in, and and for the show to do the End of Watch broadcast, it's generally reserved for a fallen police officer, sworn police officer.
Didn't they bring the broadcaster, the woman who actually did the show?
Sharon Claridge.
And they brought her back to do the actual announcement?
Did the broadcast, yeah.
Wow. But it's really cool. The barn was moved 3 times to its current location. Burned a few times. I used to volunteer there on Wednesdays. I was the only guy working there on Wednesdays. There was nobody in there but me and ghosts. Ghosts. This is a horrible, horrible intersection up here. Everyone wanting to... horrible. Up here on the right, behind these, like where that Holiday Inn is up there, that white building with the blue top on it, behind that building was like a hillside that the Carpenters took a photo shoot behind, up in the hills. It's gone. Whatever location that was is gone now, but that's where it was. And that building on the white on the left, just below that Burbs poster, that's the building where Dee Dee Ramone died. Gabba Gabba Hey. This is the apartment building that Dee Dee Ramone died in. The Franklin Place Apartments. It's this one coming up with the brown awning. So many new buildings, I forgot, but it's the one on the left with the brown awning, 6740. That was it. Here's another comparison photo. When I moved to Los Angeles in the 1990s, you can see that tall white building right there. Well, look all the way up to the top on the right of it. You'll see it looks like a dish. It was a round revolving restaurant. And I took this picture of it when it was still a Holiday Inn. They've added that whole entire part that's facing the street where we are now. But you can still see that round dish thing up there. So there's an example of how Hollywood has changed. One of the victims of the Sunset Strip killers was killed, shot in the head behind that gas station. On August 1st, 1980, Carol Bundy and Doug Clark picked up a prostitute at the Hughes Market parking lot across the street on Highland Avenue. She looked to be about 17 and went by the name Kathy. She was hired to give Doug Clark while Carol Bundy watched from the back seat. The trio drove to a gas station at the corner of Franklin and Hollywood and parked behind it. When Doug Clark was unable to action, he reached for Bundy's gun and shot Kathy in the back of the head. The Sunset Strip killers terrified Los Angeles. They decapitated one of their victims and froze the head. Upon thawing it out, Bundy applied blush, mascara, and lipstick to the head and Clark on it, then they dumped it into an alley in Studio City. They killed 2 women, took them home and posed them on a dirty mattress, then heads with them and dumped them by Disney Studios. A worker inspecting water towers found this particular victim on August 26th. The worker stumbled on human bones scattered in a 10-foot radius around an oily spot that reeked of human decomposition. A clump of blonde hair was found nearby. Clark has been on death row since 1983, and Bundy died in prison in 2003. That huge archway used to be called the Court of Babylon. The Hollywood and Highland complex was originally built to resemble D.W. Griffith's Intolerance, a massive tower with elephants. It was an epic film, and the whole thing was themed around it. It was a massive shopping mall, but it was cool because it was giving it a nod to old Hollywood, and they just stripped it of that identity, and now it's just it's a plain old shopping mall now. Yeah, so there. The Hollywood Bank building, a tall building on the left, that's been empty for years. Years and years and years. Right at the corner of Hollywood and Highland, which is sort of like the Times Square of Hollywood. There was a great bar on the left there called the Powerhouse. I don't know if you could see just a glimpse of it. That was a great hangout. In fact, when I got here from England, that was one of my first Death Hag get-togethers was at the Powerhouse. They were famous because they had these red velvet clown paintings, and it was a dive. I mean, you could smell the bathrooms from the front door and between the wafts of cigarettes. It was awesome. I mean, not that was it was Alcoholics Obvious. A dive, the best kind of dive. One of these days I'll come back here and walk around. I did that video the other day driving of all the muggings and murders around here, right around the Walk of Fame. But I wanted to come up here because I want to walk around the Chinese Theater forecourt one day and show you all the footprints, which is like my favorite place in the world. And some good stories about it too. And a couple of stars on the Walk of Fame I do want to see. Spade Cooley's is up here. I want to do a story about him. Of course, the biggest fan, like a movie screen to our left. Hollywood High School's on the right. But we're almost to the Hollywood Center Motel, which I did a few videos about. And the last time I did one, it burned to the ground, even though, they were just like days away from trying to get it made into a historic landmark. And what do you know? It burned to the ground. Now, those Raising Cane's all over the place now. There used to be, gosh, I think it was a McDonald's over there. Then the McDonald's closed down and it became a nursery type place. And then it became a Raising Cane's. Come on. Oh, what an idiot. Oh, man. The thing about LA that confuses people, a lot of people, is that we don't have left turn lanes. Or we have left turn lanes, but not left turn lights. So you have to sit through an entire light of traffic coming toward you, as you probably just noticed, and the light will turn red, and you, like 2 or 3 more cars go after that. That's just the way things are here. And that guy in front of this one blew it, sat here until the light turned red, and so the 3 of us could not go through that. And that's infuriating because we're stuck here for another 5 minutes. Oh, this is the intersection. That's where Lana Turner was actually discovered, across from Hollywood High. They always say Schwab's Restaurant, but it was actually a malt shop right there. I forget what it was called, Top Hat or Tip Top or something like that. But that's where. And then when that diner get tore down, that's when Schwab's decided it was there. Which, whatever. Because that's why, in the show business stuff, the people go, see at Schwab's. It's always because you think you're going to get discovered at the malt shop there at the bar, and it doesn't work that way. And it wasn't even that place. And it's such a very LA story. Nice people. Got to make sure no one's zipping through here. Okay. Now, the Hollywood Center Hotel was here. I have not seen it since what happened. And I am not happy. What do you want to bet people are living in those things? What do you want to bet? Oh, look at that. So the letters are disappearing one by one. Hollywood Center, they're all gone. Hollywood Center Motel, all those letters on the side. And you know what? I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. If I took one of those, which I totally would do, if they brought the hotel back, I'd absolutely give it back. But screw these people, the owners. Screw them. That's what's left of the 7-Up machine, I think. Remember that? It was by the front door. Hey, I'll bet you anything there's people in there. Well, that's it. Oh, look at that star. I didn't know there was a star. Those are star fruits, I think. I had no idea there were these. What the hell was that? I don't even want to know. But yeah, all those cool letters are gone, and whoever's got them, good for them. I wish I did. I wish I did. So goodbye, ruins of the Hollywood sign. You know what? They're like, oh, we're going to save it, we're going to save it. And they can't even freaking clean it up. That is just sick. So we have to sit here and look at this scab of a building. Absolutely irresponsible and disgusting. I loathe these people. So although this place mysteriously burned just before its historic designation and the thing's just sitting here rotting, the local historians are working hard with the owners to have the sign and the wall out front be made a historic landmark. The owner claims that they saved all the letters, but we know for sure some of them have been stolen anyway. Some of the places, homes, and businesses nearby have cameras, and they say the thieves who stole the letters were caught on camera. I doubt they ever caught the people who burned the place down on camera, but they'll go after the people who have those letters. Whatever. There's Hollywood. Good old Hollywood. All right, onwards. The way that hotel on the right survived, I could not even imagine that Hollywood Guest Inn. Our old shop was up here. The first dearly departed storefront. Crossroads of the World there on the left. I love that building with the globe on the top of it. You see it over there. They say it's like the first shopping mall in America or something like that. It's awesome. Really cool place. The church. I know Mario Lanza's funeral was there. I think. Who else was it? William Frawley? Something else I just learned about that church. I know Bing Crosby or one of his kids got married there. But there was another funeral in that church that I found recently. Maybe it was Frawley. Just go ahead. Don't mind me. Sunset Sound, legendary recording studio. The Doors, and Janis recorded here the night she died. Wow, so many people have recorded at Sunset Sound. It's our old shop over there. Grand opening of what? Well, somebody's got a sightseeing company over there. We moved into that building in 2012, and it was our home for 5 years. I'm so psyched. I'm a little choked up.
Yeah, it's real.
Actually, bus stop. That one on the left that says for lease, that was our old shop. So they got a tour company where the old Mac store was. Well, good for them. Good for them. The Hollywood Athletic Club. Talk about history, man. That place is crazy good. Everyone worked out there. Oh, the Jewish wires. I hope I can see those this time around. There are wires. And, you know, on the Sabbath, the Jewish people can't do, manual labor, can't do work. And there it is, the Jewish wire. If you look up above, you see that string of lights is right there. Look above, and you can just see a thin wire. Oh, you can't really see it. Right above the street light. See it? That thin wire. That means the area enclosed in that wire, people of Jewish faith can do things within that wire. It's like a blessed area. So in certain areas here, well, like Cedar Sinai Medical Center, the hospital, it's right in the center of a large Jewish population. The elevators stop at every floor, so you don't have to push any buttons. And that wire, I'd love to find the track of it, but I've seen that in the past, and I don't see it now, but I thought it was, let's see, I'll go around the block, see if I can find it again. Because it's gotta be, gosh, that's the old spotlight. Talk about a dive bar, that was something, and now it's like a high-end elevated whatever, but that was something else, that bar, that was like, man, that was open at like 6 a.m., and it was a fascinating crowd over here. I don't see the wire anywhere. There it is. It's above this road. Can you see that right up there behind the, it's right above us, right below the lights. See it? That's the wire. So Jewish people can work within this wire on the Sabbath. It ends right there at that street light. You can see how it's tied up there. So I don't know the exact borders, and it's really hard to find information about that online, but you can. And it is very interesting. And to be on the, I should take this off again. There's the Cinerama, which was where, it's been open since 62 or 63 when it's a mad world open. It's this massive screen that when they were shooting the movies, they were shooting with three cameras, and they show them with 3 projectors. You want to see something cool? Should I do that again? But it's been shut since COVID, and it hasn't reopened, and there was talk about it getting a liquor license recently, but it fell through. This is where they screened Once Upon a Time in Hollywood before it was released, and that was a crazy cool time. Anyway, I always talk about that. I'm tired of myself talking about that. Sunset and Vine, that's where NBC used to be. where that Chase Bank is. That's why Hollywood and Vine became famous, was because of that, where it used to be NBC Radio there. And Sunset and Vine didn't sound as good as Hollywood and Vine did. And screw you. And he's going to let me go. Yeah, you go ahead. Screw you. Oof. But here comes one of those driverless cars. Boom. But yeah, they would say coming at you from Hollywood and Vine, even though it's actually Sunset and Vine, where they, because it sounded better, Hollywood and Vine. So that's why Hollywood and Vine became famous. The Montalban Theater on the left, that is where it's been named after Ricardo. It used to be the Huntington Hartford. It was where the jerk started and the stairway.
I am not a bum. I'm a jerk.
That's where they filmed it. The old Brown Derby restaurant used to be up ahead on the right. Now, all that's left is like a wall from it. At least they've cleaned it up. And this is Hollywood and Vine. The reason I'm coming over here is because of a death of an interesting individual called Dwight Fry. And Dwight Fry was in the original Dracula with Bela Lugosi.
No, Martin! Martin, don't throw my spider away from me! Oh, Martin. Oh.
Ain't you ashamed now? Ain't you? Spiders now, is it? Flies ain't good enough.
Flies? Flies? Poor, puny things. Who wants to eat flies?
You do, ya loony.
Not when I can get nice, fat spiders.
All right.
And he saw a play at the Pantages Theater, which is where the Oscars used to be held. And was getting on a bus right here. And he got on the bus and he died in the bus. Just a heart attack. As opposed to William Frawley, who died about 2 blocks that way, maybe not even a block that way, after leaving the Vine Street Theater. But the Pantages is where Dwight Fry saw a show or a play, movie maybe, because our lovely Terry Bolo had used to work here in the candy counter back in the day. And his funeral was held at the Utter McKinley Mortuary, which used to be where that Amoeba Music is right now. Well, actually, it was on the corner of Centro. Welcome to Hollywood. Okay, I'm done for now. Stay tuned for the next walking tour with my friend Kathleen from Before the 101 on Instagram. We'll head up from Franklin and Beechwood Canyon all the way up to the Canyon Cafe. So that's coming up very soon. Thank you guys for watching this driving tour and the update of the Hollywood Center Motel. And until next time.
You heard me.